Hello and welcome to Flippin Through the Internet's number one Mad Magazine news, review, and interview channel. And today we're flipping through Mad Magazine number 432, released August 2003. Cover price $3.50, which is indeed cheap. But before we do that, please let me remind you, hit like, hit subscribe, leave a comment down below. Our next goal, 900 subscribers by Easter. Yes, I want all of my big milestones to coincide with Christian holidays. Anyway, that's the number one way to support me. Hitting like, hitting subscribe, leaving a comment down below. Boost me in the algorithm. New people get to see it, and you know what? Maybe they will subscribe. If you want to support me in another way, patreon.com/flippinthrough. Go to that website. Link is down in the description. Check out what you get. If you think this is worth anything more than a like or a subscribe. These are the people that I get to thank right now. Jacqueline Goslin, Reflection of Perfection, Frank Snyder, Misamo, David Strickler, Megan McInerney, Shane Buckley, Bobby Weigel, Cam Hayden, Rob Wilson, Rod Meadsbury, Andrew Goldfarb, Casey Ori, and Little Cozy Nostril. Thank you guys so much for your support. I hope I can keep on earning it. With that, what was I going to say? Let's get into this, dudes. Here we have Mad Magazine number 432, just like I said before. The 50 worst things about movies. Number 19, Adam Sandler, his evil scheme to rule comedy. Unfortunately, that scheme backfired. He is now a serious actor. So, I guess it worked out in the end. Maybe he saw the light. I always liked Adam Sandler. I mean, I was his target market when I was a kid, so I guess that explains it. The Matrix, Terminator 3, Charlie's Angels. And here we have, I don't know if I did show it during the opening, the paper one. This is from my personal collection back when I lived not on Pillsbury, as the last issue stated, but Humboldt Avenue. The views and opinions expressed in this magazine are not necessarily those of well-balanced individuals. Reader discretion is advised. I don't know, do you guys like seeing the paper ones? I wonder if anybody has cataloged all of the paper covers. That'd be interesting to do. Uh-oh. That's right. Ad alert. I'm sorry, you guys. I turned down the volume, so hopefully it wasn't too oppressive, that ad alert. It's the ad alert. This time, Jesus. It's this era where it's chock full of ads. I think both explicit ads and sneaky ads, and there's a lot of things that I suspect are sneaky ads hidden all throughout this magazine. Here we have Alfred's Wit and Wisdom, a dressed monkey. Oh wait, a monkey dressed like a man is still a monkey, but a man dressed like a monkey is a horse's ass. What? That was people's job for a while. They used to be people who dress as monkeys and act in films. Oh, ad alert. Oh, golly. This is going to be a hard one, guys. Here we have Signs of Trouble. I'm a deaf fan of your magazine and a big fan of John Caldwell's stuff. I usually go straight to his articles. Who knew people drawn with barely imperceptible chins could be so funny? I'm writing to see if Mr. Caldwell was aware that his basketball player attempting to call the timeout, issue number 428, page 42, with a thumb, looks like he's using the ASL sign for shit. Just wondering. Eddie Bart, Arlington, Texas. Bart's, we contacted John Caldwell, and in between making personal body noises, he informed us that the gesture you referred to may represent the ASL, American Sign Language, sign for shit. However, he emphatically assures us that the player he drew is using ISL, Italian Sign Language, in which that gesture means timeout, and While you're at it, bring me another plate of gnocchi, Tony. Grazie and ciao, grazie mille. Just this guy wrote, it's barely imperceptible. That would mean that it's perceptible, but slightly less. Because what he meant is, because imperceptible means you cannot perceive it, but barely perceptible would be another way of saying imperceptible, but barely imperceptible means that it's mostly perceptible. Anyway, that's all we have in the section for letters. Not all we have for the section of ad alerts. Keep them coming, Tony. Who's in charge of advertising? David McKillips, VP in advertising. Dave, you earned your paycheck with this issue. Here we have the Hulk. The Hulk Unleashed. Look at that. Ooh, Unleash the Fury. You can play that on GameCube or Nintendo. Here we have the 50 worst things about movies. Let's check. Did they lie? 19. It is Adam Sandler. They didn't lie. From the gratuitously... I'm wearing my glasses and I still can't read it. Maybe I need to get checked again. From the gratingly cutesy films of Reese Witherspoon to the unwelcome, very minor comeback of Steven Seagal to Woody Allen's creepy insistence on casting young bombshells as his love interest, there is much that's wrong with the movies and the movie-going experience today. It's a daunting task to narrow it down to a list of only 50 offenses, so don't be surprised if we wind up doing a sequel, which probably won't be nearly as good. In the meantime, feast your eyes upon the MAD's 50 worst things about movies. We've talked about this before on this channel with, I think, Kyle Bridget. The hard thing about this is that it actually is kind of hard to come up with 50 things that are funny. There are probably 50 things that are wrong with comedy. And looking around at this, I kind of agree with a lot of these. Here we have, it's written by Scott Mako, and artist is Herman Mejia. And I will forgive you if you do not recognize his artwork, because I was trying to figure out who it looks like. This is Herman Mejia's caricature style, which is slightly different. Like when he does pen and... Okay, let me try to start this again. Herman Mejia works with watercolors a lot. And when he does those, his style is way different than when he's using pen and ink. It's a really different style, but you can still see it's him. I'm trying to figure out who this looks like. And I thought at first it was Jerry Gersten. Gerrygersten. I don't think that was it. It's somebody else whose style this reminds me of in Mad Magazine. And if you guys can think of it, please let me know. It's in particular like this hatching on Martin Scorsese. How about this, number one? Oh, how about this? You know what annoys me is they do the 50 worst things about movies and you start at number one? That's bizarre. Start at 50 and go back to number one. Hollywood's embarrassingly tired theory that the whiter, older, and more feeble someone is, the funnier it is to see them acting like a young black rapper. Yeah, I don't know why. Like, isn't this guy supposed to be funny? Like, she is an actress and rapper. I don't expect her to know what funny things are. Steve Martin should know what's funny, right? And that was not funny. It wasn't even amusing. Number 6, writer, director, actor Kevin Smith's Silent Bob vanity character and his tired, plot-solving device of dispensing words of wisdom during the film's final 10 minutes. Once Smith finally runs out of genitalia jokes and frantically realizes he needs to tie up all those loose ends. Which, if you think about it, is just a metaphor for life. And what we've really been after all along is a combination of things. So, to sum up, it's clear that, yeah, I think I used to, as a kid, I kind of liked Kevin Smith's movies, but I don't know. They don't age well. Ooh, look at this. Sandra Bullock. What a babe. That one-trick pony, Sandra Bullock, has managed to carve out a hugely successful career playing the same slightly nerdy working-class woman who suddenly becomes irresistibly sexy the moment she pulls off her glasses. They're talking about the amazing movie Miss Congeniality. And I don't know, that was just a really good movie. And finally on this page, I got it, Michael Moore. Come on. The ever-smug, sized to match his ego blowhard Michael Moore, whose lunatic leftist rantings almost make us nostalgic for the days of Senator Joe McCarthy's Hollywood blacklist. He had a television show on Bravo that I used to watch. It was really weird. It was it's like a live performance. It was partially filmed in a theater, and it was like skit and commentary. It was a cool show. I wonder how it aged. Number 13, each year's spate of Lorne Michaels produced films based on skits that Saturday Night Live ran into the ground at least 3 years prior. But for real, all of those movies ruled, so I have to disagree. Casting directors' misconception that the addition of bloated, insane Marlon Brando to a cast has brought a sense of class to any film since The Godfather. Oh, bad caps? What's a bad caps? That's like when you get new teeth? Poor guys. Let's go right here. Any completely overused movie references from classic films that bad screenwriters seem to insist on awkwardly forcing into their films for a cheap laugh. Luke, I am your father. I do not think I'm in Kansas. That is horrible. But the problem is like people kind of talk like that now. That Mr. Movie Phone guy, we just don't like the tone of his voice. For a list of additional theaters miles from your home, press 483 now. This was actually, I forgot all about that. You would call in, oh man, Mr. Movie Phone. You call up the number and they say like, enter your zip code. Beep, boop, 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 boop. Okay, enter the like first 3 letters of the movie, and then you would type that in, and then it would know. It was like it was a computer. It would know what movie, and they would be like, all right, well, these are the places where it's playing near you. Boy, that was cool. Yeah. Wow. That brings me back. I can't spend any more time here. And here we have Mad's Photo Personals Gallery, The Men. Now, this is kind of fun because there are all sorts of inserts of Mad's staff members. Here, and some of these are kind of funny too. So here's Zebediah. Don't worry, I'm not one of those guys who thinks about sex all the time. Well, not anymore. Cut off my genitals as instructed in Matthew 19:12. No smokers or Libras, please. This is another thing of the times. Oh, here we go. This is, I don't know, one of those guys from MAD. Here's another guy from MAD. I think that's Desmond Devlin. Here's Dick DiBartolo. Now this guy, I'm almost certain, this is question mark, question mark, question mark, probably single, definitely white male, roughly 30 or so, currently recovering from serious bout with amnesia. People tell me I had a great personality, so I'll just have to take their word for it. I like various things and get turned off by various other things. I want to say, ankles? Seeking one with certain qualities. No phony claims for child support or alimony, please. I think they've used this photo before, though. It looks so familiar to me. Oh, this is the guy who's in charge of advertising. No, he's in charge of subscriptions. I know he works for MAD, though. I know that. Here we have the snappy answers to stupid questions. Special medical edition. I think this is all new, right? Artist and writer Al Jaffee. Colorist Wildstorm. I don't know what that is. Is it like a place for hire and they just have people do it and they don't credit them? Or is that somebody's artistic name? Are these people ahead of me? No, these are 25 actors hired to make the Doctor look successful. No, these people are worriers who hang around just in case they might get sick. No, they don't have insurance, so they're waiting here until they're old enough for Medicare to kick in. Were there any unpleasant side effects from the medication? No, I've always wanted a cute little beard. I could gently stroke while pondering an answer to brilliant questions like the one you just asked. No, I've always dreamed of an exciting new career as a circus freak. No, the chest hair pads out my bra nicely. You can't make that joke anymore. That's what people say, but it's probably not true. You can still make all sorts of jokes. Oh, man, it's the same parent company, but can't do it. Cannot allow it. No, 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 Mad Magazine. No, no, no. Here we have 6 degrees of separation between anyone and anything. There's a lot of fun 6 degrees of separation, like 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon. Any actor you can find like 6 degrees, and Kevin Bacon will be in a film with somebody. Kind of a fun little activity. Charlie Chaplin was the Little Tramp, as is Christina Aguilera, who's in heavy rotation on MTV, like the Real World reruns, which all look alike, as do clones, which share the same DNA, as do most West Virginians, who are underrepresented in the Genius Society Mensa, as in everyone on Joe Millionaire. Can you link Grand Theft Auto Vice City to SpongeBob SquarePants? Yes, Grand Theft Auto Vice City is a sick and twisted game, as is Fear Factor, which is where the creepy crawly things, like in France, which has a pungent aroma all its own, as does a landfill, which is mostly non-biodegradable matter, as are Hostess Twinkies, which are yellow, squishy, and nauseatingly sweet, as is SpongeBob SquarePants. Wow, they did a really good job. Yeah, sorry. I know some people disagree with this, but I don't believe it. Who put out Matrix? Warner Brothers. Who owns DC? Warner Brothers. Who does DC own? Mad Magazine. Who does Mad Magazine hire to write comics? Sergio Aragones. Some of these are actually kind of funny, like this one where he plugs the little holes in his back with cork so he can go shower. They're funny, but it's like, to me, this just reads like an ad. And even if it isn't, it is. That's the problem. Even if it isn't a paid ad, it works like an ad. So, yeah, that's it. I'm annoyed by that. Now look at this. Because here's the thing. MapQuest, right? This doesn't work as an ad because they're calling it something else. This is a mad look at Matrix Reloaded, not the Matrix Bloated. I don't know. That's another reason why I don't think that they're ads, or that I think they are ads. This actually made me feel very nostalgic. Around this time, what year did this come out again? 2003. Okay, yeah, so 2003. I remember having to go online, go to MapQuest, which was amazing because you could type in, you could have things like that, miles to service station, helpful things, or search for different things that are nearby. And then you could get directions, turn-by-turn directions. Then you print it out. This was fantastic. You could also do print to map, but this is really what was, for me, that was the shiz. I kind of miss this. Rather than spend 2 minutes getting directions from the person you're visiting, waste 15 minutes on map mess. Turn off computer, walk in the kitchen, turn left at refrigerator, open door, and walk out of the house. Be careful to avoid the garden hose. Make sudden illegal U-turn in the middle of the road and speed back the way you came. Ignoring uncomfortable silence that has settled over a car, narrowly avoid a collision as you check directions while merging onto highway. Drive on for several more miles. Try to convince yourself that you're driving parallel to the desired route. Call your auto club, have a tow truck drop you off at 804 Head out Alona. Is that what the joke is? Anyway, we're just halfway through. There was too much stuff in that Herman Mejia one that I missed it. A true red, white, and blue American patriot. It's just sort of like ragging on post 9/11 conservatives. Don't blame them. And here we have Spy versus Spy by Peter Kuper. It's beautiful, isn't it? Hope you hit pause. The real reasons older man, younger woman romances never work out. Why wouldn't they just say winter, spring? The real reason winter, spring romances never work out. Nursing home conjugal visits often marred by premature last rites ceremonies. And that's the only. Never mind. When preparing for the night on the town, her "Does this dress make me look fat?" is always followed by his "Do these pants smell of urine?" At some point, the shocking realization hits home that the things she found so attractive about him are all across the room on his dresser. There's his teeth and hair. Sorry, I'm late. I had trouble picking out a tie. He isn't bad at remembering birthdays and anniversaries, but a little lax in his areas of wardrobe. Punishing his son when he misbehaves becomes just too creepy. She could never get that gross menthol rub smell out of her teddies. I don't know what that means. I don't understand that. She has issues with the fact that he's no longer drooling over just her. At the end of her rope from having to constantly repeat herself when talking dirty to him. You got a duck in your yard with a bucket of smelt? That's right. I got to ad alert even things that I like. Lupin the Third, got to hit the ad alert. Bummer. Lupin the Third rules. Oh. Yeah, Charlie's Angels, Full Throttle, Fumetti. I'm not interested in this. Not interested at all. But I did watch this movie when I was a kid, and I had a crush on Lucy Liu. So there's that. And I'm going to skip it. I'm sorry. Here we have questions, dilemmas, and philosophical conundrums raised by reality TV. Sam Sisko is the artist. Kind of a cool caricature style. I mean, it really looks a lot like the airbrush stuff you get at the carnival. Maybe because the heads are so big. Writer, Mike Snyder. If a celebrity decides it's a good idea to accept an invitation to appear on Celebrity Fear Factor or Celebrity Mole, are they really that much of a celebrity anymore? Yeah, no. No, I guess well, yeah, they are, because they make money. They make more money than me. If a female on a blind date show really likes the male she's been paired up with, should she get naked with him in a hot tub 5 minutes after they meet, or wait the full 10 minutes like everyone else? Yeah, that is like, there was this thing, and maybe it still happens, but I just don't watch it anymore, where it was like very like softcore porn, basically, to watch some of these reality TV shows. Should a gentleman contestant on Fear Factor offer his puke bucket to the lady contestant? M'lady, please barf in my pail. If any kid can go on the internet and find directions for building a hydrogen bomb, why can't the producers of a reality TV show uncover the criminal records and unsavory backgrounds of contestants sometimes before they put them on the show? I don't know. Wow, what's the big deal? Let people be on TV if they committed crimes. Given her own famously lurid life experiences, isn't there a more exciting reality TV concept for Monica Lewinsky to MC than the lame guys wearing masks show, Mr. Personality? Poor her, man. Like, honestly, as time goes on, I just feel worse and worse for that woman. Ooh, ad alert. Extreme sweepstakes. buy the thing. Tobacco is wacko. What is this? What is this an ad for? Movie prizes. Tobacco is wacko. Haribo. What? AOL? What? Anyway, here's Monroe and the Big Apple Part 2. If you want to see or hear all about Monroe, you should check out the Potter ZB podcast. Link down below. That is where Kyle Bridget and I go through every single Monroe cartoon. I mean, that's not the whole podcast. It's like a lot of things. But we're going through, each episode, we're going through a new Monroe comic. So, hey, check that out. Now, I did skip a movie parody by Tom Richmond. It was beautiful, but I am out of time. Look I just have time for 2 more ad alerts. You guys, I hope you've enjoyed this video. I sure have enjoyed making it. Please remember, hit like, hit subscribe, leave a comment down below. Thank you so much for watching. Toodaloo.